Obviously, you talked about your versatility. Can you talk about maybe the difference between center and guard when it comes to pass protections and scheme? Maybe how things are differently and how defenses scheme against it. Maybe your assignment changes from center to guard.
Yeah, and I think the main difference at guard is when you're on like man side of sets. At center, you're always going to a slide side, usually essentially double team and pass pro majority of the time. Whereas guard, you have that one-on-one situations, but you got to be able to stay firm and not get edge at the same time. So it's kind of like playing center inside, how fast it happens, but also tackle having a firm edge.
Right. So inside, you're more of that pivot guy at center, where your head's more on a swivel.
Yeah, communication.
So those loopers coming over the top.
Yeah, especially a lot of line games, those TE games, linebacker games, things like that. Guard a little different.
So what would you say was one plan of attack against you at guard this past year that maybe was a little different, that you had to adjust your game a little to, as opposed to playing center?
Yeah, I see the biggest difference. Third and long against teams. Put their edge guys inside, widen them out a little bit. And for me, it's just tweaking with my stance, fixing my set, my target, my angles, and just working on that on a week-to-week basis.
All right, one final one. At center, you have a guy that's a shade versus, a guy that's a zero right over the top of you. Is there a different type of, plan versus guys that are playing the shade versus nose tackle?
Yeah, guys in those zeros, usually two gappers, not necessarily penetrators, and not really going to arm over, things like that. You got to, get a guy that's a shade, go one way through you, or go around you, the opposite side. So just really attacking that block. That's the biggest thing. Get your hands on it and bring your knees and drive your feet.
Awesome.